This is a super fun idea and it's really, really easy. I was actually thinking this could be something that people could use, people, as consultants, we could use this as like a special Valentine's, you know, cooking class for your customers or a little VIP group or whatever you want to do and show them how to make this just because it comes out so cute. It uses a lot of our products and it's so easy, but it looks good. And they're what we're making, I forgot what they're called. And I don't have a recipe, so you're gonna have to follow along. Someone can write that down. But they're like pastry roses, I guess you could call them. So they're apple roses. That's what they are. Can you see what they look like? You can see them? Okay. So all you're gonna do, this is super, super easy. We're gonna use this, we're gonna start with our mandolin and use the mandolin. Use your favorite apple, whatever your favorite apple is. And you know, on your mandolin, you have the option, you have a circle knob and you have a triangle knob. You want to, the circle knob is going to adjust this platform that's right here. It's gonna lower the platform. So it basically adjusts the thickness of when you slice something. So if you wanted to slice a potato or, you know, we're gonna slice apples, something like that, so you can have more uniform slices. You wanna slice a zucchini, whatever, that's gonna change that thickness. The triangle knob is going to allow the blades right here, they're in this center part right here, you have two different options. It changes the spacing of those blades, changes the spacing there. Both of them have a lock button, which is super important because this is a blade that is very, 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 very sharp. We want it to be sharp, right? We want it to be sharp, that's important. And then to clean your mandolin, if you've never seen your mandolin, to clean it, you just open up this plastic part right here. All of the blades are exposed, so you can take a brush and clean your mandolin right through there. So I'm gonna slice some apples. That's the first thing you need to do. I'm gonna put it on a two or a three is perfectly fine for this particular thing. You wanna use your hand guard. This is the hand guard. This is really what's unique about Tupperware's mandolin is that not only do we have the collapsible legs here that help it sit flat and sturdy, but we also have this beautiful little hand guard here. The hand guard has a lip around it. So when you're holding onto it and you're sliding down the mandolin, if you happen to slide off of it, I know that's terrible sounding, but if you happen to slide off of it, this guard is going to catch your fingers to make sure that nothing, that your fingers don't get into the blade. So when you pull up on this red lever, it's not a lever. What is this? Whatever, this red part, pull up on the red part, it's going to expose the prongs that are inside of here. And that's what's going to adhere your produce or whatever you're slicing, that's what it's going to adhere to it. So I'm going to go ahead and take an apple, and I already started slicing one of them so I can have this made to show y'all. And then I'm going to put it onto the mandolin, let the blade do the work. So that means you hold onto it like this and you just kind of slide it back and forth, let the blade do the work. You should never, ever, ever have to be pushing hard and pushing against it. It's so sharp, it just does it for you. As I'm slicing, because I know when I put this in, there's still some space here between the red and the white. So as I'm slicing and I'm going back and forth, I'm putting a little bit of pressure, just a little bit, on that red top and pushing down. So it's going to push out that produce, whether I've got a potato, zucchini, whatever you have in there, I'm going to push it out and it's going to keep slicing as it goes. When it slices, it just falls right underneath there. So you can do it on a cutting board, whatever, just go back and forth. You'll see how I'm just giving it a little bit of pressure. So I get to the very end, look, there's no more apple left, no more apple. And I've got a piece of an apple here. Sometimes that piece of the apple might be stuck down inside of there. Here's a good tip. Don't go fishing for it. So what you do first is take and what I say the number one thing is, make sure you put it in the lock position, lock that baby up. So lock it, then you can go and you can get it, take a knife, a fork, something like that. All right, so there's our mandolin. It does have a wavy blade and a straight blade. It sits flat. It comes with a cool little chart that shows you how to cut up all these cool little dices and slices. I'm gonna get that out of the way. Goodbye. All right, so we sliced everything. You want it to be kind of thin. That's important because you'll see in a second why. And then so I'm just going to take the apple slice, and I'm going to cut it in half. So I have slices that look like that. I'm not going to do all that, but let's just say I did. Okay, then you're gonna take your stack cooker. Just to keep things simple, you take your stack cooker and if I was doing this as a demonstration just to show all the pieces, I would take all of my apple pieces, put them into the stack cooker after they've been cut in half, pretend like I cut those in half, put about a cup of water in here, and then your lemon juice. So I've got lemon juice. You can squeeze the juice of a lemon when we have our zest and press. Do we have our zest and press back? Someone tell me in the comments.
Yes, we do.
And then you can squeeze your lemon juice. Yay! Woo! Okay, so show your zest and press. And then what you want to do, so now I've got my apples in here. I need these to get a little soft. So I'm going to put them in my stack cooker. I've got the water in here, apples, lemon juice, and I'm going to put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes. So 1 apple is about 2 minutes. That's going to get it soft enough. If you put too much water in here, that's why I say about a cup of water, cup and a half of water. If you put too much water, it's going to take that water too long to get hot. So it's going to change your cooking time. So that's why I say just put a cup, because it just shortens the time. Okay, so now so now it comes out. Now I need to strain it. If I was doing a demonstration on camera, I get to use all my pieces here of my stack cooker. I would take the colander part, this is water, and I would pour like this. Look at that. Now I've strained my apples and I've got my apple slices. You guys follow me? We good? Okay. All right, so now I've got my apple slices. The magic of TV, I have my apple slices already cut. And now what we're gonna do is move on to the part where we're gonna assemble our apple rose. It's so pretty. Okay, so what you're gonna do is take a piece of puff pastry. It looks like this when you buy it. Like I saved the packaging to show y'all because I'm like, it's that puff pastry stuff. So puff pastry, it comes in 2 sheets. The sheets are about a 9x13 and it'll make 4 of these. So you could make 8 of these roses and they're big. You can make 8 of these roses per package of this. All right, so I take this, I roll it out and I'm gonna cut it into strips that are about this size. Can you guys see that? I did not cut it on my mat. Do not cut on your mat. This is the silicone that Linda was talking about. This is the Wonder Mat, whatever. What's that called? Sheet. Okay, thank you. So you're gonna put it on here. And then now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take some strawberry jam. Strawberry jam. If you have strawberry jelly, use strawberry jelly, doesn't matter. Here's the deal with jellies and jams and preserves and all that. Jelly is what they use the fruit juice and they add pectin to it and it makes it, that's why whenever you spread out jelly, it's kind of clear because it's just juice. Stop laughing. This is important stuff. Jam, Cindy Watford, I can see your face so big because you talked and now I see you laughing at me. Y'all in the comments, tell Cindy how mean she is. All right, so
I'm
jelly,
not
right?
laughing at
just,
you,
Inke.
Inke. I'm amazed at your knowledge. I'm thinking, holy crap, I suck over here. What am I doing?
Because this is going to change your life, right? The difference between a jam and a jelly and a preserve. You're right. That's it.
It really matters. It
Okay,
really matters, especially if you can.
It's true. Now, and this is like, if y'all are professional canners and jammers and all that, like, okay, so this is my understanding of jellies and jams. Jelly is like the juice, and then they add, so it's no fruit that's in it. It's fruit juice with pectin that makes it kind of like a gelled version, right? Then jam is where they jam up the fruit, they mash it up, and it's mashed pretty well. So it's still spreadable. There's not big chunks of fruit. Where preserves has fruit, and it can have sugar, cannot have sugar, but it has chunks of the fruit in it. So pick one. It doesn't really matter. But you're going to take some strawberry jam. This is strawberry jam. And you're going to take about a tablespoon and you're going to use your silicone spatula and you're going to spread it along your pastry, your puff pastry that you cut out so beautifully. And then you're going to take, so it's getting really difficult so far. You're going to take your apple slices and you're going to, let me show you. I'm going to lay a couple out and show you. I did not peel the apples. That's super, super important. Don't peel your apples. But when you lay them out, you're just going to kind of lay them over each other. So kind of overlap them a little bit. and you're gonna leave the top part of the apple. It's gonna fall off of or go off of the pastry, the pastry sheet that you cut, about 1/4 of an inch. So hopefully you guys can see that okay. I can't tell. All right, so got that all laid out. And now the next thing you do is you just start at the end and you're just gonna roll. And what we're doing is we're just rolling this together, keeping your apples nice and in order that they're supposed to be. And when you roll it all up, you're gonna put it into the muffin, our silicone muffin pan. You're going to put that in there and you're gonna bake it at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. And so here's my muffin pan. I'm gonna put it in there and look how it comes out, and it's gonna open up. But let me show y'all what this looks like. Can you see that okay, or do I need to get closer to the camera? Hopefully y'all can see it. All right, so you're gonna do that, make them, put them all in here, and then you're gonna bake them at 400 degrees for 20 minutes, and this is how they come out. They're a pastry that looks just like a rose, and then the final step, what you wanna do, final step, dun, 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 is you wanna take a little bit of powdered sugar and top it with some powdered sugar. Would this not be the cutest little thing to show people how to make for their families? They sit down to their Valentine's Day dinner and they're like, oh my gosh, you made us these beautiful roses. I can't believe it. They're so good. And it's puff pastry. There's no cinnamon or there's no flavoring in here, but it has a ton of flavor because of the apples, which is pretty cool because I let my kids taste it. All right, and that's it. And a quick little tip, Linda was talking about putting your silicone on a baking sheet. I use the cover, if you happen to have Ultra Pro, I use the cover to the lasagna pan because the silicone muffin fits perfectly into here. All right, so that's it. That's what it looks like. Super easy.